World War II was not just a war of armies, it was a war of ideologies, a battle between tyranny and freedom, a conflict that would reshape the world forever. But how did it truly unfold? And what were the key battles that determined the fate of nations? After conquering Poland in 1939, Hitler's war machine continued its unstoppable march. In 1940, Germany launched a blitzkrieg through Belgium and the Netherlands, quickly overwhelming their defenses. Then, in just 6 weeks, France, the mighty European power, fell to the Nazis. The world was in shock. With France defeated, Britain stood alone.
We shall fight on the beaches. We shall fight on the landing grounds. We shall fight in the fields and in the streets. We shall fight in the hills. We shall never surrender.
Incoming raid, estimated 200 plus, heading for London.
Another wave heading for Birmingham. Scramble all fighters.
Enemy loss is significant, sir. They're turning back.
RAF losses. Heavy, but we held them.
The Battle of Britain proved that Hitler's forces were not invincible. It was his first major defeat, forcing him to abandon his invasion plans. After failing to defeat Britain, Hitler turned his sights on the East. On June 22, 1941, Germany launched Operation Barbarossa, the largest invasion in history. Over 3 million German soldiers stormed into the Soviet Union, pushing deep into Russian territory.
They believe they can break us. They believe they can take Moscow. They are wrong.
Comrade Stalin, the Germans are advancing rapidly. Our lines are stretched thin.
We will not yield. Every city, every village must become a fortress. We will bleed them dry.
The Germans advanced rapidly, reaching the outskirts of Moscow. But then winter came. The brutal Russian cold and fierce Soviet resistance brought the Nazi war machine to a halt.
I can't feel my feet anymore. We were told this would be a quick victory.
Hold the line, hold the line.
Hitler's biggest mistake was underestimating the Soviet Union. The tide of war was beginning to turn. While Germany waged war in Europe, Japan was expanding its empire in Asia and the Pacific. On December 7, 1941, Japan launched a surprise attack on Pearl Harbor, crippling the U.S. Pacific Fleet.
Remember, this attack must be swift and decisive. We strike at the heart of the American fleet. Another day in paradise, huh?
You said it. I could get used to this. We're under attack. Man your stations. We're taking on water.
They're hitting us hard. We need reinforcements. We're being wiped out. I repeat, we're being wiped out.
The attack shocked the world. The next day, the United States declared war on Japan, and days later, Germany and Italy declared war on the U.S. World War II had truly become a global war. The Battle of Midway, a game changer. The U.S. Navy was about to spring a trap.
Get 'em!
Show 'em what we got. They ambushed the Japanese and destroyed 4 of their aircraft carriers, crippling their naval power. From that moment on, Japan was on the defensive. Meanwhile, in the Soviet Union, the bloodiest battle of the war was unfolding in Stalingrad.
Patience.
Vorwärts, keine Angst.
Scharfschütze, Sniper. Wo ist er? One less invader.
How much longer can we hold out? We must, for Stalingrad, for Russia.
For the motherland.
The Germans fought street by street, house by house, but the Soviets refused to surrender. Neat, not one step back.
Bit it, don't shoot.
Stalingrad is ours.
In the freezing winter, the Red Army encircled and destroyed an entire German army. Over 800,000 German soldiers were killed, wounded, or captured. It was Hitler's greatest defeat. On June 6, 1944, the Allies launched the largest amphibious invasion in history, D-Day.
Jesus, Mary, and Joseph. Shut it, Danny. You'll jinx us. Medic. Go, go, go. Get off the beach.
Within months, Paris was liberated. The Allies pushed into Germany while the Soviets advanced from the east. The Nazi regime was collapsing. In April 1945, Soviet troops reached Berlin. The city was in ruins. Hitler, realizing his empire was lost, took his own life on April 30th. Just days later, on May 8th, Germany surrendered. The war in Europe was over. But the war wasn't over yet. Japan refused to surrender. In August 1945, the United States dropped atomic bombs on Hiroshima and Nagasaki, unleashing unimaginable destruction. Hundreds of thousands died. On August 15th, Japan finally surrendered. World War II had ended, but the world had changed forever. The cost of the war was unimaginable. Over 70 million people had died. The Holocaust had revealed the depths of human cruelty. Cities lay in ruins. But from the ashes of war, a new world emerged. The United States and the Soviet Union became superpowers, leading to a new conflict, the Cold War. The United Nations was created to prevent future wars, but history had proven one thing: peace is fragile. World War II was the most destructive war in history. It showed us both the worst and best of humanity, unspeakable atrocities, but also acts of heroism and sacrifice. The question remains: have we truly learned from history?